Morning has broken, my windows are open. Wanna feel the wind blow through my hair. Which way do I follow? What happens tomorrow? I turn to you and hope you can guide the way. Sometimes I give up, just wanna be on my own. Even in the darkest times, you give me hope. So I lean on you when I've lost my way. I keep holding on for a better day. I lean on you when the world's astray. I left my heart open so you hear my prayer. I left my heart open so you hear my prayer. In times that are changing and when hope is fading, I know I can turn to your embrace. 'Cause there's so much beauty under your heaven, and I'm grateful every day. Sometimes I give up, just wanna be on my own. Even in the darkest times, you give me hope. So I lean on you when I've lost my way. I keep holding on for a better day. I lean on you when the world's astray. I left my heart open so you hear my prayer. I left my heart open so you hear my prayer. I lean on you and I lost my way. I keep holding on for a better day. I lean on you when the world's astray. I left my heart open so you hear my prayer. I left my heart open so you hear my prayer.
Hello, everybody. With that being said, hello, Michelle. I'm going to give it just a few minutes, just in case, because this was the last minute live. But if you're able to hear me good, put a 1 in chat. I didn't even think to look at my mic. Give me just a second. Hey, Roxy. Okay. Okay, I'm going to share my screen and show y'all what we're talking about here tonight. Not that one. No, not that one. Bear with me. That's what we're talking about, but okay. Okay. If you can see, all right. It says Kentucky State Police, local and federal law enforcement to provide update on I-75 shooting investigation in Laurel County. Give me just a second, y'all. Okay. What? Media briefing to provide update on I-75 shooter investigate. Okay. That was 15 minutes ago. So at 8:30, they're going to be doing a media briefing saying if this was him or not. But right here are the people that found the I-75 shooter. If you haven't been watching, Um, a little over a week ago, um, just a second, a little over a week ago, there was a man that opened fire on I-75 around exit 49. He injured 5 people. Later on, this individual was identified as Joseph Couch, 32, of Woodbine, Kentucky. Um, they found his vehicle just a little bit from where the shooting occurred. They also was able to find the AR-15 that he used and a bag with his name on it. Um, these a you a YouTubing or YouTubers is who found this man. They brought in all kinds of search and rescue, and um, the National Guards has been out there, I'm pretty sure. Um, Kentucky State Police, Laurel County, they told us that they had searched, and I live in this area, you all. They told us that they had searched over 28,000 acres. Now, like I said, some YouTubers went out there yesterday, they did a press conference saying they was pulling back the search, moving it more into the community. Well, today, I guess the public was able to go into the Daniel Boone National Forest, and these YouTubers found them. So let's see what they say. Okay, that is evidently all they play on that one. Go back and see what else this says. Fred McCoy told LEX 18 that he found the body on Wednesday afternoon after participating in the search in Laurel County for the past 6 days. He came to the area after seeing around 50 vultures. Now, the other day, I watched another YouTuber who spoke with this man the other day, and he was talking about vultures then also. Let's see here. So basically, at 8:30, they're going to do a news briefing. Now, here is my concern. And yes, my opinion is a little bit different than probably what you're going to hear out here. But from jump, I've always said YouTubers don't need to be searching. Um, I saw, which I will not be showing, the video where they found him. And this is why I will not be showing it. Because during that video, and Michelle knows we watched it together, during that video, when they're finding him, they showed his body. I think, in my personal humble opinion, and like I said, I live in this area. I've known what it's like to be worried when you lay down at night. I've known what it is like to go to the grocery store or to Walmart and you wonder, where is he at? So I know the fear, you all. So I'm not saying this just because a YouTuber found him. I'm saying that we're seeing all kinds of people. Yes, I'm glad that his body has been found, but we need to also remember that this man had family, no matter what he did. What he done was horrible. It was despicable. It was plumb evil, in my opinion. But out there somewhere in Woodbine, there is a mother that could stumble across this video. She didn't commit this act. She wasn't the one doing it. And I know as a mother, that's not how I would want to see my child. You see everybody talking about, "Oh, you need to be searching, need to be searching." And that may be true. I have nothing against searchers. But if you're going to search, do it without a camera in your hand. Do it for the correct reasons. If you have to have a camera in your hand to search, then you're wanting the footage and not really the outcome, I guess you could say. Yes, it's still her baby no matter what. Um, if rumors are true, I mean, this guy has ex-wife, kids, I don't know. But regardless, he has got family. And like I said, I won't be showing that video. Hey, Duchess, I won't be showing the video because in my little humble opinion, and this is coming from somebody that has worried about this man being in the hills since this happened. This is coming from somebody that has know what it's like to be driving down these roads and wonder, is he in these mountains? But when I watched that video, I was thinking, oh my God, did they actually just show his body? And yes, they did. They did. They didn't try to protect that. I would assume that is a crime scene right now. That you have these people and I'm not knocking the channel that did this. I'm not knocking them, but they are not trained in these kind of situations, just like I'm not trained in these kind of situations, just like Duchess is not trained in these kind of situations. If they was, that body would not have ended up on a live stream. How long have we been saying this is what is wrong with YouTubers recording and going out looking for people? If they come up on who they're looking for in an unalive state, 9 times out of 10, that body will end up on camera. And that is not where it needs to be. Now, how long do you think it took for that video to hit Facebook? To hit YouTube? Not long at all. I did see that video a few minutes ago, Crystal. I was shocked they put that out. Well, I wasn't. To be honest with you, I was not shocked. I was not shocked because we've seen all kinds of things in these cases. And to me, this just proves why YouTubers should not be searching. Like I said, y'all, it was horrible what happened. But this guy has a family. And I will say this, you had Kentucky State Police, you had Laurel County, you had London, you had some officers from Whitley County, all kinds of drones. You had helicopters flying around for over a week. And 2 elderly couple that have a YouTube channel. On day 1 that that forest is open up, because this is Daniel Boone National Forest, you all. They follow the birds and found it. The state that I heard he was in, I have to wonder, are they sending that body off for DNA confirm that it's him. I hope so. Hey, Lurker. Well, as of when I come live, Lurker, it was still up. Yeah, lots of channels have already showed it. And like I said, it was out on Facebook. Now, no matter what your kids do, they're still your kids. I've said the whole time we don't know the mental state of this guy. I will say I do have questions. Put a 1 in chat if you've got questions. I mean, they claimed to us 28,000 acres was covered, and I'm sure that was by air because on foot they could not have covered that. Not possible. I was raised in these mountains. It would not have been possible. But less than like a quarter of a mile from where it happened, I would think officers would have been all over that. If they wasn't all over it, I think the natural decomposition process should have alerted them without being too graphic. And like I said, they just opened it back up today. Many different agencies. You're right, Michelle. Many different agencies. Give me just a second. I'll see if anything else has went up. I'm one of them people that I don't take everything that law enforcement says at 100%, and I sure don't with KSP, because the last little bit we have looked through some FOIA requests that really have had me scratching my head, like how in the world. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be FOIA in this. I want to know. Oh, we'll sure find you, sister. We will find you. And we won't do it on camera. That's for sure. Let me see here. And they still haven't got it up. Not anything new on it. I'm curious how law enforcement missed him. Didn't they say this was only a quarter of a mile from where the shooting took place? Yes. Hello. Crafting, thank you for joining us. But like I said, do I have anything against this channel that found him? No. No, and I'm not telling people to bash this channel. That's not what I'm saying. But I do think that it does prove why YouTubers should not be searching. Yeah, Eastern girl. And I'm sorry, it brings into my question, what in the world were they doing? What time they were out there? Because yes, I understand that 28,000 acres that's not even possible for them to search on foot. But a quarter acre to a half acre to even an acre, from where it happened, I would think that would have been covered. I would have thought they would have been over that with a fine tooth comb, especially day one. They've been searching for Jessica for 6 days, and it's all began as a date night plan. Yeah, yeah. Well, when JLR was in London, he interviewed them on his channel. And like I said, they seem like a real nice couple. I have nothing against this YouTube channel. I don't have nothing against any YouTube channel. Well, maybe one, but no. Yeah, if the Black Hawks and Fleur didn't find him, they need to reevaluate how they search for people. That is absolutely right. I heard a live press conference is supposed to happen around 8:30. It is. That is true. But I know I watched this with Michelle, and just out of the blue, wasn't it, Michelle? You see him walking. We found him. We found him. Well, then next thing you knew, you saw the body on the camera, plain as the nose on your face. And now it's all over the internet. I mean, this poor mama probably has not even 100% been confirmed with her. Is she finding out online like this? Is that what we're doing? We need to be more cautious. My channel, with with the occasional, with the exception of the occasional things that happen in my backyard, like Elena Hembry and this, I normally focus on cold cases. This is why. I would never want to do anything that could hinder an investigation. I'm sorry, if it was me, I would have been saying more than that. Yes. Yeah. It almost sounded like they had found him and then staged the life. Well, that's questionable. Mylanta is what I heard like 4 or 5 times. Mylanta, Mylanta. Well, hey, Heidi. Somebody wants to come up, y'all more than welcome. I'd be interested in knowing what everybody else thinks about this. But oh no, I've saw so many people, this is awesome. It's great. It's great that he was found. But let's not forget how he was found. For a moment, I asked you all, put yourself in his mama's shoes. Everybody has somebody that loves them. Put yourself in those shoes. I mean, I would be very irate if something like that was showed and it was my kid. I've always said I never want to do today what I can't live with tomorrow. And I'll stand on that. This channel will never, never be like that. Now, have I recorded like places of interest? Yeah, I have. I have. Places of code cases that had happened. Yeah, I did that. Just a second, y'all. Give me just a minute. But what I haven't done, I can do it like this. Just a second. It's not been a live investigation. Well, I don't know, Lurker. I have no clue. I would think that this is one of them situations that should um, fall under this is not freedom of speech. I just think it's horrible. I don't agree with the way it was done. I put a 1 in chat if you saw the video. Or if I sound like a crazy woman up here. Yeah, I know Michelle saw it. She saw it with me. I was like, well, Eastern girl, she saw it too. Duchess saw it. And I imagine all these other channels have saw it also. They're just not saying anything. Because, I mean, if all honesty, and I may lose every cent I have, but I don't care. I always stand up here telling you all exactly how I feel and telling you the truth. In all honesty, if somebody did not see that video and say, my God, why is this on social media? Then they need to re-examine themselves. Have we become that desensitized? Yeah, this stream is probably going to be a little bit different than everybody else that is covering the I-75 shooter's body being found. But I'm going to be straight up honest with you all. I don't care who it is. They shouldn't be showed on social media like that. Be glad you didn't, because it will sneak right up on you, won't it, Michelle? You're watching what you think is them looking just like you've watched other YouTubers look here in the last week, and then bam. The lady starts out with saying, it's strong. It's strong. Well, then they're walking through the woods, maybe about, the recording is maybe that I saw, I'm guessing, 100 feet. And then they show, the woman shows the body. Oh, Heidi, you ain't missed much, honey. The I-75 shooter, yesterday they did a press conference, and they said they were going to put law enforcement back into the communities to protect the community. That at that time they were pulling back on the search, that they did not think that he was in the Daniel Boone National Forest. And at this point, finding him was highly unlikely. Now, today, that forest was opened back up to the public. And a YouTuber couple that has been searching. They've been in London. They were actually interviewed on JLR's channel. They did a live stream, and they found him. They followed the birds, the vultures. And in that live stream, they showed his body. Yeah. Yeah, and when he called into JLR's Eastern Girl, he made the comment he didn't care if he got that reward in cash or check. Well, Duchess, if he was? Did he not know better than to film a search? Did they not know better than to put it on the internet? I couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. And like I said, I'm not saying this to disparage this YouTube channel. I'm not. I'm saying this, and I'm not saying this as an outsider looking in at the situation for anybody wanting to say, well, you don't know what it was like for that community to be scared to death. I do. I am this community. I am in this community. I know what that is like. Like I said, for the last week, I haven't went down the road. What I didn't wonder if he was in the mountains. Would he shoot again? Worrying about sending the kids to school. All these questions running in my mind. But as a mother, I have to step back and say, the way this was put on the internet is not right. I agree, Roxy. I agree. Because regardless, this guy is, for one thing, I can't, like I said, they found the AR-15, the ammunition, they found the vehicle, they found a bag with his name on it, and could not find him. He was, um, I could be wrong exactly on where that it is. I'm wanting to say it there somewhere around Lexington, but like I said, I could be wrong on that. But it says he just wanted to get Kentucky back to normal. So what is it? Well, that's good. That's a good question. That is a very good question. I'm wondering what they're going to say on this press conference. I agree, Heidi. I agree. Right here. And now you just got to think they don't even have to be out there to have to see it. All it will take is one of these YouTubers to find him in this state, and it will end up on camera. Does this not prove it? Especially if this man is a retired police officer. Oh, Casey County? Okay. Yep. I've wondered that too myself, Michelle. I've wondered that. I mean, because we got to also think about what was said that day. Hey, Allie, do you remember hearing there was a man got in a black SUV? I mean, inquiring minds want to know. I mean, there's, yeah, I know he can have more than one gun. But if he was going to unalive himself, if that's what happened, why go away from everybody? Why leave the weapon that you used there? Does it make sense to you all? 'Cause it don't me. Don't make a bit of sense to me. And I mean, it's real convenient that they found him the day after. Day after it was opened back up. I don't understand where he was found if he unlived himself. Well, see, I don't get that either. If he was that close to where the 49 exit is, you had law enforcement and everything in that area. So if he unalived himself with a pew pew, why didn't they hear it? They had cadaver dogs in there, y'all. Why didn't they find him? I mean, whole vehicle. A bag with his name on it. I would imagine they would be able to get a scent from something in there. Why didn't the dogs find him? We put so much stock into dogs. And I'm not knocking dogs. I'm just saying, every case, everybody's wondering, why didn't they pick up a scent? Well, here you got a whole man running through the woods, and the dogs didn't track him a quarter of a mile away. Yeah, they were using machetes and a walking cane for support. Well, Heidi, they said they followed the vultures, but why didn't law enforcement do that? I mean, I got questions. Well, you could hear something, Michelle, but whether it was a machete or not, I don't know. I know the lady was complaining about the briars. I have all kinds of questions. Yeah, I do too. You gonna come up and let's talk about them? Anybody? Mm. Now, would it have been possible for him to survive out there? I think it would have. For one thing, as somebody that knows how to survive, could ever survive, it would be in these mountains. You have all the caves or rock cliffs for shelter. You have uh, clear water springs that you could drink water from. There's all kinds of uh, things that you could eat in these mountains. I mean, yeah. And all she could say was, "Oh, my Lanta, there's a body," with that enthusiasm. I would be beside myself. I'm just being honest. I would. I'd be like, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god." I'd be running away from it. Yes, he did have a machete with him. I thought so, Eastern Girl, because I could hear something. But then I also thought in my mind, because you hear him holler back, "I found him." It sounded like he was a little ways away. If I'm searching for somebody I don't know is unalive, probably gonna stay next to the person that's with me. Yeah, I would too. That is exactly what I would have been. My life Dream. Hello, sister.
Oh,
Hey, girl.
hey.
This was a kind of a shocker, wasn't it, when we watched it?
Oh, it was. I mean, I can't believe they didn't
There,
take time to plan it out or nothing. Just show it right there.
yeah. But, we've been saying all along, what are these YouTubers going to do if they do find somebody because they got that camera in their hand?
Well, exactly.
And I think this just proves what they will do if they find somebody in a not so well
Yeah.
state.
Heaven forbid it be a
Yeah,
child.
he did. Yes, that is absolutely right. I mean, and like Eastern girls said, I would have been vomiting, throwing my
Absolutely.
guts up,
Absolutely.
especially from the way they described it. And I mean, I'm not going to go into detail how he was, the state of his body or what they were saying, because they did go into detail on when they called into JLRs. But if that was the condition, and I'll just say this, waist down, if that was the condition, how do they know it's him? I know he could have had a billfold on him, but I would think that it would be hard to say, yes, this is him without DNA.
Well, a wallet can be put on anybody.
Even
I would
better
definitely.
question, Heidi. Why did the police that's been up there up until yesterday in that very area not smell anything?
Exactly.
I mean, have you ever left out? Okay, I know I'm not the only uh, overworked mother that has done this. How many of you women have went to the grocery store in the summertime and maybe left, say, some chicken in your vehicle when you get your groceries out? Overlooked it and just left it in there. Have you, Michelle?
Well, I haven't, but David has.
And he'll
It's
knock you
awful.
down. Am I wrong?
Oh, it's
Yes,
awful.
it will knock you down. I did exactly that, and it was chicken, but
Ugh.
I had packed in, and I do a lot of my grocery shopping all at once. I shop for quantity or
Yeah.
quality rather than, you know what I mean? Quantity.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's correct. Overlook me. But so I had a lot in there, and then getting the kids out and everything. So one bag rather had, that was when I had the car, had got like pushed in under the seat, because I'd have to put stuff in
Yeah.
the back seat floorboard too,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it was chicken. And I'm here to tell you, the smell of my car was horrid.
I can imagine.
So I don't know how in the world the police didn't notice something like that. Yeah, I don't. It don't add up to me. None of
Well,
it
it does.
does. There was a it's behind a parking lot at a farm. Employees, we were afraid. Oh,
Oh, goodness.
no doubt, Heidi.
Mm.
I mean, I don't. Here I am trying to watch my words. I'm done. I'm just going to tell you. If the law enforcement was doing their job, they should have found this man. And I'm sorry if this is the way it is, that he was a quarter of a mile away and they didn't find him, they need to be retrained, because this little elderly couple just made all y'all look like fools.
Exactly.
Incompetent.
Yeah, Lurker, it definitely wouldn't been blowing away from them every day. Didn't make sense.
Not right there in that valley. The way it is, Lurker, it's right beside the Cumberland River. So, and you're right in between the river and I-75. So there's no way the wind would have blown just one direction for 14 days.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself, Duchess. I hope your parents are doing good. I mean, and me and Michelle have saw these for you. We know firsthand how KSP works.
Absolutely.
We've been dealing with them for what, Michelle, 3 months now?
Yep, we have.
I'll tell you one thing. If you mail in them money for some kind of FOIA, don't send them one penny too much, because they'll mail it right back to you.
They've not even cashed my
You sent
check.
too much. My goodness. Well, goodness, I'm telling you, if they don't send my documents and cash my check, I'm really going to be
Well, that's what I kept waiting for. I thought, okay, well, I probably won't get it until after they cash the check. And they never cashed it. So I don't
They've
know.
lost it too. Maybe
guess
they've mailed
so.
it backwards.
Well, I know that the state of the envelope that they sent me looks like it's been out in the rain for days, so there's no telling where the check is.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that looked like mold.
It does look like mold.
You all, I am not kidding. It looked like they sent her a moldy envelope with a flash drive in it.
Yeah.
It had like mold spurs on it. I ain't kidding. You can't make this up. And I mean, that's after Knox County told us they didn't even know what a FOIA was.
Yeah. And they sent me this one, but wouldn't send me the FOIA for your uncle's case. Go figure.
Yeah. Yeah. Which we will be getting back on, you all. We will be covering that. I just had to take a little time away. But we'll be getting back on that case. And my cousin is still planning on coming on the live stream to talk about it. So if you haven't watched that, catch yourself up, because here in a few days we're going to be starting back. I saw this I-75 shooter's body had been found, and me and Michelle was on a call, and I was like, well, they found the body. And then it was, before we knowed it, we saw a body. Am I wrong, Michelle?
No, you're not wrong. That's something you can't unsee.
Nope.
So, warning to everybody who's not seen the video and starts to watch it. You can't unsee it once you've seen it.
You cannot unsee it. And again, I can't stress this enough. If this does not prove with 100% certainty that YouTubers should not be searching, I don't know what will. I really don't.
Agree.
Because Michelle, do you think it would have been any different if it wasn't a shooter? If it was a missing kid?
No, I don't. I don't think it would have been any different.
And I know people are probably going to leave comments saying, he terrorized that community. I know. I'm here. I live in this community. I know what it's been like. Every night, my friends has called to check on me. Have you all not? How are
Absolutely.
you doing? Have they found the I-75 shooter yet? Are you all staying safe? So it's not just me. It's, I imagine other people's family did them like that. And I've knowed what it's like, Michelle. I've had to go to the grocery store. I've had to go to appointments that isn't far from this. But
You also had to have your car
so
searched.
yes, had they looked through my car because we was going through a roadblock there. So I do know what it's like. I know how bad the community has been terrorized. I know what state the community has been in. I've talked to my kids as they don't want to go to school. But with all that put aside, this is somebody's child. And I think by no means should that have been put on social media. And I will stand on that until the day I die.
No, there's a difference in videoing something for proof and needing to put it out. Not everything's for YouTube.
Exactly. Hey, cat eyes. I don't know. And then you see the ones that have covered this already, and everybody is saying, heroes. I saw that, Michelle, in comments.
Mhm.
These people are heroes. Well, I am glad that they found him. Um, he wasn't apprehended alive. We know that.
Yep.
But I think that this could have been handled a lot different
Oh, I agree.
if they would not have went straight to social media and uploaded their findings. This would be different. I would be laughing at KSP because they didn't do the job, and an older couple did.
Yeah.
But it got put on the internet, Michelle.
That was not the place for it.
No, it wasn't. And even if they would have covered it by coming back out of the wood and said, "Hey, everybody, we believe we just found the body of the I-75 shooter," that would have been fine.
Yeah.
But that ain't what happened in this case. They were searching, and then all of a sudden you see the body. Yeah, I know. Paula was telling me they're holding a press conference at 8:30, and I'm wanting to see what they say.
Well, I am too, because if they're going to come out at 8:30 and say it was him, I got a lot of questions for when they find other bodies and it takes them years to find out if it's a missing person or not.
Yeah, because in Elena Hembry's case, what was it? A year they said that it could take for them to get the DNA back.
Yes.
Some of us don't forget things like that.
No, we don't. Did Amber Ray
Oh,
Johnson's
no doubt.
mother still waiting?
Yeah. Yep. If I'm being honest, Heidi, I thought he would be in Tennessee. I thought if he ever got found, it would be by a citizen in a bordering state seeing him.
Yeah, Eastern girls, I
I would
agree.
too. I do too. I do too, Eastern girls. I mean, um, but they said they had been in contact with his mother, and as a mother, oh man, I that that's just uncomprehendable to me.
I agree. That's not how families should find out.
No, and that even if they had got a hold of her and said, "Hey, we've located it is him," she should not had to get on Facebook and see it. And no doubt she has because it's all up in my feeds.
Oh, I know. It's everywhere. Even people I don't watch are popping up.
Well, Heidi, at one point there was a couple from Ohio that had made a post, and the man said he was 100% sure that he gave the guy a ride. Said the guy started acting weird and he put him out of his car. That went all over Facebook.
Yeah, it did.
And that was in Ohio. And I read through the comments. And this didn't seem like a couple that was just making stuff up.
No.
And if you even listen to how the other press conferences have went, now this gonna be different. Forewarn you, this gonna be different. But they described the scene that day as being so chaotic. They said they had calls come in that it was road rage, and 4 people in 2 separate vehicles, am I right, Michelle, got into it and started shooting at one another.
Yeah.
Then it was a man and a woman. Man, and he had a woman with him.
Yeah.
So they acted like it was so chaotic that for the first little bit, they didn't even know what was going on.
No, they didn't. And it was
And
so
then
chaotic. And they didn't wait on life care flights or ambulances. Policemen put these people in their cars and took them to the hospital.
yes,
When does that happen?
5 people. Not very often. Not very often. I do know that in the road rage, but it was a citizen in the road rage incident that happened before this, y'all. What, Michelle? Maybe about a month before this.
Yeah.
A little fella that went to school with my oldest son. The lady in front of him had blowed a horn at a guy named OG Caden. He's on TikTok. Anyways, supposed to be some rapper or something. But he she blowed the horn at him. He gets out. He saw that she was a woman. And now Jaden had already thought that him and the lady had hit. So he got out of his vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
And then this guy shot him. When he saw the person that blowed the horn was a lady, he went to the car behind him and shot an innocent man. In that case, a citizen drove him, and that's probably what saved his life, to the hospital immediately. But normally you don't see officers just pulling up and loading people into their vehicles and taking them to the hospital.
No.
Allie, you take care of yourself, honey.
Especially if you think there's an active shooter out there, you're going to take police off the scene.
Exactly. So it don't add up to me. It really don't. How do, other than a message, What did they have? Saying that he was
Didn't
working
have nothing.
alone or and
Had
like
nothing,
you
and
have
his
said,
phone was found.
Michelle,
His phone was found there.
yes, with a battery out of it. Now,
Mm-hmm.
why would you take the battery out of it if you plan on harming yourself? I am
Well,
really curious as to what they're gonna say the cause of death was.
oh, I am too.
I mean, I'm blown away. I don't not really, because Michelle will probably vouch that about a week ago, what did I say? They'll end up pulling back the search, and when they do, they'll find him.
Yeah, that's what you said.
And they'll so I wish I was wrong because to me there would be a whole lot more closure if he was brought in alive and he was able to say, "Well, I did this because of this, this, and this." But you don't get that.
No, because dead men don't talk.
I was fixing to say that same thing. Dead men don't talk. I'm trying to see if I can find where this press conference is going to be at. Let me see here. Kentucky State Local Police and Federal Enforcement when okay, where London Community Center, Main Street, London, Kentucky. See, and some people are saying they're hikers. They were YouTubers. Says maybe this is when they give the reward to the hikers that found him. Then somebody else says that person's name. They're bounty hunters. They had been searching for him for 6 days. Not in those woods, though. I can tell you that.
No, no. Well, they're amateur bounty hunters,
Yeah. Give that
and
couple
they
their
found him,
money.
but all those agencies didn't find him.
That don't add up. Eh, Not that
They're not.
close. If the rumor is true and it was that close, no, it don't add up. Don't add up at all. Yeah, they said they
No.
followed the vultures. But now I can show you on jail. I could show you if I wasn't afraid of getting struck. They were talking about them vultures when JLR interviewed them.
I heard them say they had been watching them for like 4 days.
Well, my thing is, if they've been watching it for 4 days, why didn't law enforcement?
I don't know.
They call themselves bounty hunters. Yeah. Well, dog does too. I'll just say that.
Yeah, let's be honest.
Well, Michelle, do you think that they'll get the reward money?
I don't.
Or do you?
But
I don't either because the wording of it says that leads to the arrest.
yeah, he was not arrested. And I think they knew he wasn't going to be arrested. He was not coming out of those woods alive, no matter what. I'm just saying.
I can't disagree with you. I mean, like I said, I live here and I don't think they, first of all, expected this to be this big.
I don't either.
Now, let me make this perfectly clear. I'm not saying that the government or law enforcement was out there doing this horrendous act. I'm not saying that before that ever gets even started. No, that's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying they knew doggone good and well they wasn't finding that man.
Yeah.
And this case needed to be wrapped up.
Yep.
Okay. Sorry. That's my hubby. Give me just a second. Okay. Well, I wish 8:30 would come on.
Yeah.
That would be great. Let me see if LEX18 has anything.
If y'all hear barking or snorting, it is not me. My dog feels something needs.
Now, Michelle, you know you like to bark and snort every now and then.
And I don't whine either.
Now, Screwball might disagree with that.
Hey, Ma.
Okay, let me see here. According to the London, oh no, that was the 7th. Let me see this. I'll go ahead and let people listen to this while we're waiting for this press conference since they got it on the news.
Okay.
Let me see here. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. It's 49 exit going towards Lexington. I just got.
Can you hear it?
I can.
Okay.
Shot at off the top of South Mount Side. It's 49 exit. They just put my car full of holes.
Okay, is your car shot?
Yeah.
Okay, could you tell who was shooting?
There's a guy sitting on off out there, a black SUV shooting everybody coming by. I'm sure they were up on the hill.
Did you all hear that? I can't believe this is still
Yeah.
on here. Did you all just hear that?
Hillside shooting into traffic. Are you okay? You shot through the door too. I'm shot. She shot. She's bleeding. Pull over here.
Where is she shot at?
She shot right in the hip. Shot some place to pull her back and she shot good. She's gushing blood bad.
Okay, we're getting everybody on the way, okay?
Did you all just hear what I just heard?
Yeah, somebody in a black SUV.
Yeah, listen to this real closely, you all.
Yes, ma'am. It's 49 exit going towards Lexington. I just got shot at off the top of South Mount Side. It's 49 exit. They just put my car full of holes.
Okay, is your car shot?
Yeah.
Okay, could you tell who was shooting?
There's a guy sitting on
There's a guy sitting
off out there, a black SUV shooting.
There's a guy sitting on a rock out there in a black SUV shooting.
Everybody coming by. I'm sure they were up on the hillside shooting into traffic.
I'm sure they're up on the hillside shooting in the traffic.
Are you okay? You shot through the door too. I'm shot. She shot. She's bleeding. Pull over here.
Where is she shot at?
She shot right in the hip. Shot some place to pull her back and she shot good. She's gushing blood bad.
Okay, we're getting everybody on the way, okay? 911.
Well, the more you know, I guess.
Filled his car full of hose?
Filled his car full of hose. And it was somebody on the rocks there with a SUV, a black SUV. I knew I heard that somewhere. I knew I did.
Yeah. Well, this guy's vehicle wasn't even black, it was silver.
No,
Those are
it was
not
a
two
silver
colors you can
vehicle.
mix up.
No, oops. No, it's not. Especially the cut. I mean, it was like that real light colored silver.
I mean, we're not talking about like it was dark blue and they just thought it was black.
No. Matter of fact, we'll look right now at Mayor Randall Webble and see if they still got the picture of it up. Okay, I'll throw this back up. It says Kentucky State Police troopers have located a body in the vicinity of exit 49 in Laurel County, and detectives are working to confirm the identity. Okay. Let me see. Kentucky State Police. That's that thing. What media briefing to provide updates on I-75 shooter. Who? Kentucky State Police and local federal law enforcement. Wednesday, September 18th at 8:30.
Maybe somebody needs to tell him Kentucky State Police did not find that body.
Yeah. Yep. I will say this. Regardless, this makes them look horrible.
It does.
To talk about all the hours that you've put in, to talk about you even contacted Border Patrol for their input on this. You brought in dogs and cadaver dogs and scent dogs. You used drones. You had 3 Black Hawk helicopters. Used infrared. What else did we hear, Michelle? I mean, that's
Well, I also heard them say that they were talking to Chicago police for something over this.
so.
I mean, all the agencies they brought in, all the man hours, all the money, and he was just laying right there. I don't know
Like
about
I
it.
said, well, did they not think to look up and look for vultures?
It doesn't sound so.
I mean, I'm gonna see if the Laurel County Sheriff's Office has posted anything else. Just a press briefing will be held at the London Community Center at 8:30. Let me see here. Is that picture in that one? Okay. Everybody let me know if you all think this can be mistaken as a black SUV. Right here.
Nope. Well, at first we heard it was a truck. I'm just saying.
Yeah. And a Mustang. Don't forget the Mustang.
Oh, that's right. And then if you want to get technical, the man on the 911 call said a black SUV. So,
Mm-hmm. And I would think if my car got shot in and I know that the man is on the rocks, I'm going to get the color of the vehicle right.
well, absolutely.
Oh, had to put on my shows about Eastern Girl. Did you just hear what the 911 call said about the black SUV? I'm trying to see where they're going to have this at. If it's going to be LEX 18 or what. Let me see here.
I hope it's not on that one where they couldn't even get the headline right.
Oh, yeah, where they called him
Joseph Hunt.
Joseph Hunt. Okay. Well, this one hasn't even got that the body was found, so. So there's that. I don't guess that's where it'll be. Let me see if WKYT has it. Nope, reality TV. Let me see here. I guess it'll be LEX 18 then. I mean, that's who was reporting they was going to have a press conference, so. Oh, you missed it? Just a second. We'll play it again. Let me see her. And I mean, that was, I would think that about have to be correct, wouldn't you, Michelle? They got it on the news.
I would think so.
And on the news, they're saying what? A black SUV. Okay. I just watched it. Now, come on. Literally just had it.
I know
Let me
it's
see the
not
reel.
that 911 call, Eastern Girls. It's the 911 call from the night it happened. The night the shooting happened.
Yeah. Let me see if this is it. Yeah, this is it. Here we go. We'll watch it again.
Nine on one. Yes.
Can you hear it, Michelle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now that you're going towards Lexington, I just got shot at off the top of South Mount Side there. It's 49 exit. They just took my car full of holes.
Okay, is your car shot?
Yeah.
Okay, could you tell who was shooting?
There's a guy sitting on a rock out there, a black SUV shooting everybody coming by.
There's a guy on a rock out there with a black SUV shooting at everybody coming by.
Pretty sure they were up on the hillside shooting into traffic. Are you okay? You shot through the door too. I'm shot. She shot. She's bleeding. Come over here.
Where is she shot at?
She shot right in the hip. About 10 points to go up there. Yeah, she shot good. She's gushing blood bad.
Okay, we're getting everybody on the way. Okay.
I mean, and you would think right off Jump Street, you'd be getting some accurate information, wouldn't you? So
would
I'm
think so.
wondering, this black SUV, did they look for it?
Sound like they did. Like I said, they found all this stuff pointing to this one guy. And I got questions.
Yeah, I mean, and didn't find him, and him that close. That's another thing I'm wanting to hear. I'm wanting to know, is the rumor true? Was he really that close to where it happened?
Yeah, I'd like to know that as well.
Let's see here. I'll also pull up LEX18 on YouTube, just in case. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Well, let me see here.
No, Eastern girls. His was silver and not a dark
Yeah.
silver.
No, it was a real light silver color. Let me see. Nope. Okay, that's not it. And it makes me wonder. His vehicle was not a black SUV. No, it wasn't. Yep. Yep. His was a silver Honda. I don't. I got questions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, his almost looked more like a crossover vehicle than an SUV, what they call a crossover, kind of between a car and an SUV, a smaller one.
Yeah. Well, the vehicle that they showed, my cousin used to have one just like it. So, and as far as looking like a black SUV, to me, they look nothing like an SUV. My vehicle would come closer. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm still searching to see if they're. I about laid my life on it. It's going to be on LEX18. I will find it though. So, let's try doing a little predicting, shall we, Michelle?
You're pretty
Do you
good
think
at
they're
it.
going Do you think they're going to say we are just coming on here to inform the public that at 4:10 today the body of Joseph Couch was found? It has been confirmed that it was him.
I'd say that's what they're going to
They're
say. And I want to know how they know that in 4 hours.
It's a real good question because you heard how they described his body.
Because you still got to
And I
get him out
mean,
of there.
from what you could see, it would be hard to identify.
Absolutely. And like I said, they still got to get him out of there and to a coroner. That's going to take some time.
Sending off for an autopsy because surely they're going to do that.
Surely. You think they're going to say how he died?
That's what I'm wanting to know. I'm wanting to know if they can. Because if the channel that called into JLR's, if his state of decomposition and was to that extreme, I don't know how they could, Michelle.
I don't know either. That's what I was wondering. I mean, and I don't want to get graphic, but when you got vultures, they're not just there to circle around above the deceased.
No, and I mean, I'm going to be honest. The man said he saw a vulture with something in its mouth. He says what he saw. I'm not going to.
Yeah. Oh, I've got everything out here, Eastern girls. I'm sure it's just like Tennessee. There's all kinds of animals.
Yes, bears, bobcats,
Mhm.
foxes, coyotes.
Yeah.
Coyotes are fierce. They're like overpopulated around here. Mountain lions, those have been spotted. So I mean, the chances, I don't know how to word that without it being horrible. And I'm not going to do that, but to be out there 14 days.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I am curious to what their wording is going to be on this press conference.
Oh, I agree.
Because words mean things. And I mean, no doubt there's going to be people say, Lord, did you hear Coca's Crystal? She was actually taken up for the shooter. I'm not.
No.
But everything is not for YouTube. Everything is not for social media.
Exactly.
And we've been saying what? Almost 2 years? YouTubers don't need to be searching for nobody.
No, they don't, especially if they're going to have a camera in their hand and be live.
Exactly.
Like I said, I understand video and certain things for proof, but you don't have to put it out for everybody to see. That's disgusting.
Oh, Eastern girls, you're fine, honey. You're fine. Yeah, that was the big shocker with me, Michelle. I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, I figured if he was out of these woods, then he had made it to a neighboring state.
Yeah.
In however form that he did it, whether it be by four-wheeler, because we done showed that is possible, or if during the chaos he jumped into a car. But oh no, I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around if the rumors are true that they were like a quarter of a mile away from where it happened. How in the world did law enforcement not find him?
Yeah.
Because the obvious ways, you know, there should have been some obvious things, or to stand out to them, especially.
Yeah. I would think so.
Okay, let's see if we can find where it's going live at. Let me see here. I'm just keeping refreshing, you guys. Hmm.
Well, that's true, Eastern girls. That's always the problem with somebody else searching. They can ruin evidence. Hey, Duchess.
Absolutely. I'm just refreshing y'all, see if they started yet.
Yeah, it's 8:29. Should be soon. It hasn't started yet,
Yeah.
Duchess.
Okay, let me see here. Think it's LEX 18. Let me see here. Well, I'm looking at or LEX.
I'm not finding anywhere either. Talks about they'll have it.
It should be on by now,
It should be.
I would think. Give me just a second. I'll find who's got it. Let me see. Okay, just a second. Okay. Can you all hear it?
No.
Okay, just a second. It's the Laurel County Sheriff has it right here. Okay. Let me see here. That ain't it. Right here. Is this it? Nope. Here we go.
Troopers with relevant information.
Can you
Bring
hear?
this to a successful conclusion. But the main thing that is very good tonight is that the people of Laurel County can rest easy.
Can you hear it, Michelle?
Much easier knowing that this manhunt has now come to a conclusion. Sheriff Root, you have any comments?
Michelle, can you hear it?
I'm Sheriff John Root. I'm the sheriff here in Laurel County, and I just want
Yeah, I can hear it.
Things that I've
Okay.
since day one, since we've been having these conferences. One, the last conference we had, I told you guys that I wouldn't change a thing that we've done so far, and I want the resources for these gentlemen that's on stage, that's here with me. Some's not, has absolutely been. They went above and beyond in every effort, and London PD. Kentucky State Police, all you guys, you just don't know how I appreciate you. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Since day one, my concern has been the residents of Laurel County. And I hope now that the residents, they know that this has been our number one priority is the safety. We've had school cancellations, we've had church cancellations, people's been in fear. That's not the normal here in Laurel County. So now that this has been discovered, I hope that our county can get back to what's normal.
So they're saying it's him.
I will say this. I'm very proud, again, I can't say it enough, of the effort that has been put in on this stage, the effort and the manpower that's been used. And I also want to reiterate what the commissioner said, the McCoys. Hey, congratulations, we're proud. Our one goal was to have this guy recovered. And I'll be honest with you, I've always said prayer for our victims. Let's have a prayer for Joe Couch's family.
It's about time.
They have worked with us. I don't care a bit to tell you guys through this investigation. We're doing the investigation end of it. I've called KSP and other resources for the ground search. But through the investigation end, they have worked with us. Just everything that we have asked, they've done. And as we all know, I have children of my own, and I hope and pray to God that they take the right path. And the family cannot be blamed for the misfortune that this guy has caused. And I really wish that we could have located Joe Smith and Joe Couch, and we would have had him live. We could have asked him what his intentions was. We could have put him through the courts.
Mhm.
Prosecutors could have prosecuted him, and he'd have paid for what he done. I don't think nobody on this stage wished that we would have found him in the condition that we found. I'd rather he'd been alive and he could have paid for what he's done. In closing, I won't dare mention the people that has helped us in this, but not all the agencies. I mean, everything from a dispatcher to an ambulance driver, rescue squad, fire departments. I can't, all the agencies, I just want to thank. And I hope, my prayer is that Laurel County will rest easy and surrounding counties tonight. And I want to thank you, the media. You've covered it well. You guys are tired. We're tired. And hopefully we can go home to our families and get a good night's rest as well. I thank you for the coverage. Is there any questions? Yes.
Is there any indication right now how Couch or whoever this is killed themselves or how they died out there?
That's still part of the investigation, and we will confirm that with the autopsy at the medical examiner's office in Frankfurt tomorrow.
Any weapon found there at the site?
Yes.
Can you tell us how far away from the shooting you found this body?
We still have detectives out there in the scene processing, and I don't have that information there at this time. We did have confirmation that yes, they will receive $15,000 from Laurel County Crime Stoppers, and then $10,000 from a private donor.
Can you just talk about what it's been like? Over 100 men trying to bring this in, and now it's come to a close.
Well, this is, obviously law enforcement, we want to bring any event like this as to a closure as quickly as possible.
Yeah, he
Much
said
better
Smith.
for everyone involved, the community especially, victims first, and then also for law enforcement. But sometimes these things take time, and that's what this one did. But this was about perseverance, that we did not give up. We adjusted our tactics, and there was we brought it to a successful conclusion.
Are you able to determine how long the body had been there?
Not at this time.
In the McCoy's video, it looked like they were alone out there, but there were troopers right there with them.
I have not seen the video. I just come in from
Well,
headquarters in
how
Frankfurt.
could you not see the
but we
video?
did have
All
troopers that were
Facebook
out there.
and YouTube has. Sorry, you all.
Are you able to specify the items that were found with the body?
I'm not. They're still processing that.
But you did say there was a weapon with the body.
That's correct.
What was the art conspiracy?
Well, just as we've said, the terrain has been treacherous. I mean, that is some of the most treacherous terrain that they are in Kentucky, and it was so vast, very hilly, and it was still so thick. I mean, the cover there was so thick you just could not basically see just a few feet in front of you. So that was the biggest thing.
Can you just talk about the exhaustion, the blisters, the time away from home, and what it's going to mean for all that to stop now?
Well, I can tell you that, our officers and troopers and agents, they'll be glad to have a little bit of downtime, because they've dedicated so much of themselves since this began, being away from their family, adjusting their schedules. But, again, that's what public servants do. And that's what everybody here does. We want to serve the public, and our families realize that. So we want to put forth our best efforts, and I feel like that's what everyone did here. And again, when you want to talk about partnerships and talk about a large event, when you see everybody up on this stage, And I've been a trooper for 29 years, and I don't know that I've ever seen everybody here together on an event that I have been personally involved with, prosecutors, state, local, and federal partners. But this is the way this should be if we do have to encounter an incident like this.
Looking back, any regrets?
No, I feel like we put forth our best efforts. Everybody did. And every day that we worked, we would meet to make sure collectively, this group, that we were doing everything possible that we could to bring this to a quick a conclusion as possible.
What made you all decide to search back in that area today?
Excuse me?
What made you all decide to search in that area?
It's where we had transitioned troopers and other personnel and officers and deputies from the force. They were out working in the 49 area. And then we observed those vultures. And then that was one of the things that we said early on that, may be a clue for us to see and look into. And that's exactly what happened. That's how that he was located.
I've got more questions.
Given all the efforts and the resources you've put towards this over the past 12 days, how do you wrap your head around the fact that this couple who kind of had a date night idea to go out and find Couch ultimately got to him?
Well, just like we said earlier, Mother Nature will help and aid and assist in a search like this. And this is what happened. You had high temperatures, and then you had the vultures coming out. So time was on everyone's side with this. Not to take anything away from McCoy's, because we appreciate their efforts, but time did help with this search.
Just a clarification on the reward money. You said 15,000 from Crime Stoppers, 10,000 from a private donor.
I think 15,000 from Laurel County Crime Stoppers and 10,000 from a private donor.
I thought originally the amount had been quoted as 35,000.
That was the last information that I was given.
In the last 12 days, anything more on motive? You all discovered anything that might have been a reason for him to do what he did?
At this time, we focused on the manhunt. Sheriff Root and his department focused on the actual investigation dealing with the shooting.
Well, and to answer you, sir, in the weeks forthcoming, soon after, it's still open investigation. KSP will be at the autopsy when it's scheduled, and after that's done and investigators are together, we will release that. We do have evidence, but right now we're just going to compile it all, and they will be answers to that question. We'll probably have another one and let you guys just know what we got and move on.
Sheriff, you mentioned, prayers for Couch's family. Do you want to elaborate on that at all?
Yes, I want to elaborate on that. I sure will, sir. The Couch family has worked with us every step of the way. I have children. I have grown children. And, I think tonight, I don't think they're doing nothing wrong. But do I know if they do something wrong, is it my fault? No, you raise your children the way that you want them to be. He did an act that I do not approve of. And I honestly don't think his family approves of it. But yes, as a family, as his mother and brothers and friends of him, I don't think they agree with what he did, but still, yet that's their blood and that's their family. And yes, I will iterate, want prayers for the victim.
I agree with that.
Also prayers for that family. He's a human being. And I wish we could have took him alive. It just so happened that we didn't.
You've been complimentary of the McCoys. Were there any other private citizens who were a hindrance to your efforts or got in the way?
Not that I can speak specifically to. But, we do worry about such things when we have an event like this. We do worry about their safety because we still don't know if he was alive. So we would worry about the safety of anyone that may try to do such actions in the future for their safety. Any other questions?
You mentioned the rough terrain. Are you able to describe the exact area where he was found, what that was like?
I do not have that yet, but they will, again, they're out there processing that. They're right there with the body right now, but I don't have that exact location at this time.
Can you just come over the next steps? What happens tomorrow? You said the body goes back to Frankfurt, right?
That's correct.
After that?
Well, we'll do the autopsy and then we'll process what evidence and articles and everything that we located in that area. And obviously by locating there, we'll be able to do a more refined search right there close to that area, and then we'll take that into our investigation and go forward from there. Okay. I am not at this time. Okay. No statement or anything? Okay, we want to thank the media through all this. I know this has been enduring as well. We want to thank you for your support and be able to put what information out there to help ease the minds of the community. Thank you.
Okay, looks like that's it. Just a second. So they're saying that they're confident it's him, but I don't know how they've got DNA back. That's a whole another thing. But now,
Well,
like I said, I have questions. How do they know? Yeah, they found a weapon there, and it sounds like they think they know it's him by the articles that was around. I was reading comments too. But why? I have this question right here, and I need somebody to tell me why did KSP let citizens go into those woods with them with a camera?
well, now that's a very
They-
good question.
Well,
And
Michelle,
Crystal,
it's not
you're a
been my
country girl.
experience.
No. I mean, that's never been my experience. They don't wait 10 days to start circling.
No, I'll tell you what happened not too long back. There was a chicken that got hit in the road right down from me, and I was going out to get the kids off the bus at the school, was coming back in the holler, and by the time I was coming back in the holler, that chicken had been hit and vultures was already there.
Well, I mean, we have roadkill up here all the time. It's the country, possums, raccoons, whatever. And no, birds are there
Absolutely.
almost immediately.
Yep, it don't take 10 days.
No.
And on that little tidbit, you've got what you call the watcher. You got the vultures that watch and the ones that eat. So, and if the ones that get hit, like by a car or killed, the other vultures will kill the watcher. They will.
They will. Yeah, they will.
So, I mean, that's just, I said that to say this. It's not like it's one or two vultures. They come in quickly in groups.
Yes, they do.
But
and crows do too. It's not just vultures. Sometimes
Yeah,
it's crows.
well, yes, crows do the same thing. And crows are the ones that's got that I've always heard about the watchers. But there should have been a slew of vultures. But I still come back to this. You see everybody praising. And like I said, I am glad that his body has been found. If that is him, I'm glad that they found him. And it puts the citizens' mind at rest. That I will agree with. But the way he was found should have not have been nothing put on the internet. And not just because the obvious, his family should not have had to saw that. But I don't know about you all. I don't want my kids scrolling up on that on the internet. I don't want my family to see that on the internet.
Duchess, you're right. In an instant.
Yep. Well, like I said, I went out of the holler. Chicken got killed sometime between the time I went out and come back in, and there was a whole slew of them. Bad enough that I was blowing my horn. I mean, because let's face it, around here, the animals don't get out of your way.
No, they don't.
They look at you like you're trespassing.
Yep. Yeah, you're right, Duchess. The bigger the prey, the more vultures.
Yes. And am I the only one took back by the fact that law enforcement let YouTubers into the natural or the national forest with them to search?
Yep.
I am too. And I mean, that's not to say that they didn't and me not hear it, because it took me a minute to find which news station, because LEX 18 is not who was covering it the other day. But I'm sorry. I'm just blown away by the fact they let actual citizens not only be on the search with law enforcement, but record it.
Yeah.
And that
Did you
$30,000 reward dropped real quick to 25, and I guarantee I know why. Because was not 5 of that from the FBI?
I thought 15,000 was from other donors. I thought 25,000
Well,
was from Kentucky.
well, okay.
Or 20.
They got 25. They said they got 10 from the or 15 from the Crime Stoppers and 10, or it may have been the other way around, from a private donor. But was not KSP offering a reward? They started it off with $5,000. Well, now they're saying they were out there with them, and they're saying they found his body. That's not what I saw.
That's not what I
That
saw
is
either.
not what I saw.
No, because if they found it, why did they even allow private citizens to get that close to him?
Exactly. That is my question, Michelle. Do they even know there is a video out there showing that body being found?
Good question.
I mean, because me and you thought we were just watching a video of, like, yeah, it said body found of
Yeah.
I-75 shooter, but when she was just walking through the forest, it sounded like she was complaining about the briars. And then you hear the man holler, "He's here, over here he is." And she says, "Oh my Lanta, oh my Lanta, we found him, oh my Lanta, oh my Lanta." And then the my Lanta zoomed right in on his body.
Yeah.
It went from just watching her walk through the brush to bam, in your face that quick.
Yeah.
Well, he even mentions Duchess in one of his videos calling the police and letting them know that they had found him, and then told somebody, please message JLR, let him know we're down here by the tower at the 49 exit.
Yeah.
I guess he thought JLR was still in London. I don't know. And I think that's where everybody is getting the quarter of a mile, because that's where the tower is. It's right there off the exit. But JLR for real, yes, ma'am. Yes. See, JLR interviewed them Dutches on his channel the other day when he was down here in London. It was somewhere between the Kentucky Fried Chicken video
Yeah.
and the cave hunt. But somewhere in between there, um, he interviewed these people. They were in the middle of the intersection talking about it. And the guy even says, there's a couple of vultures up there. They'll be increasing in at here in the next day or two if there's something up there to eat. And then he shouts out his YouTube channel. And it was, the Hatfield and McCoy Museum. Duchess is running away. Well, I'm ready to run right with you. I'm ready to run away too, because this is some bull hockey, if you want my opinion about it. But I am glad he's off the street. I do wish that he could have had his day in court and it could have been done properly. Or even if they found him, it wouldn't have been showed on the internet. Like I said, I'm not speaking from an outsider looking in. It's been pretty hard to lay down and get a good night's rest, especially if you're somebody like me whose husband is an over the road truck driver. A lot of times it's me right here to defend the family while he's out earning a living for us. So, to have that peace of mind be pretty good, especially for the kids that's been worried too. A lot of them's been afraid to go to school. And like I said, just driving down the road, you wonder, is he still in those mountains? Is he going to start shooting? Where's he at? Has he made it to the next state, or is he still in these mountains? It's just been a revolving door of questions that you just really can't answer. And I'm not sure that I got a bunch of them answers anyway. But, and like I have said, and I'm going to say this again, if they had found him and came out of the woods, not recording, but came out of the woods and said, we located what we believe to be the body of the I-75 shooter. The police are coming. We'll let you know in a little bit if it's him. I would have totally respected that. But that's not what happened. And I mean, we have been saying for as long as I've been on YouTube, which, by the way, is shooting here in October at 2 years. But since I've been on YouTube, I've said I don't think YouTubers should be searching. And if you are going to be searching, don't have a camera in your hand. Actually go out and get licensed to search. Get trained to search. If you really want to do that, then go about it the appropriate ways. Because stuff like this happens, and you need to know how to handle. If you do come into a crime scene, you need to know what to do in those situations. And we've saw several times where YouTubers just pick up items that are part of the investigation. We saw it on here before, like the weapon that was used or potentially used. Then they have to have their DNA took to eliminate them from the weapon. That should never happen.
No.
And today we actually see the body. Now, maybe this guy was ex-law enforcement. I don't know. I ain't got no background on him, don't want no background on him, but I can tell you this. I did see that video, and I did see that body, and that is something that people should never be seeing online from YouTubers. Or anybody for that matter.
No, and Duchess
Because
is
at the
right.
end
They would be dragging y'all for
What?
filth if you had done it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they'd be dragging us for we'd never live that one down. But you know what? I don't have to worry about that because I would never do that. I would absolutely never do that.
Well, to me, This is no different than that woman. I can't even remember who it was, but the one that showed the autopsy photos that everybody drug. What is the difference? A body's a body.
To me, this would be worse. At
Well,
least that
I agree.
family knew. They
Yeah.
didn't have to see. I mean, they knew what happened. Right here, this is fresh off Jump Street, you all. You can't convince me that this mother knew what state her son's body was in.
No.
But she will now because it's all over social media. And Duchess is right. If we'd have done something like that, they would drag us from here. Yeah, it was that girl that did that. But they would drag us from here to Kalamazoo. But you know what? This little hillbilly right here isn't going to do something like that.
Yeah. That's who it was, Heidi and Duchess.
To me, if it proves anything, it proves YouTubers should not be searching. Even in Sebastian's case, we saw a couple YouTubers and still continue to see a couple out there, which I don't think he's going to be found in a parking lot, but just out there walking around with their cameras saying they were searching. Well, if you're searching, turn your camera off.
Yeah.
Because why would you need to record your search unless you're going to go to social media with it?
Exactly. And it's bad enough that they did it on a live. And now all these other YouTubers that are showing the video without blurring him out, they're just as bad.
Yes, and
They're actually
I know
worse
what they're
because
thinking.
they know what's on it.
Yes, and they're justifying it in their head by he did this horrible act. But you know what? If I am to agree with John Root about anything, I agree with him. We cannot control what our kids when they become of age and they get out on their own does. That does not make us responsible or say that we agree with what they do if they do get out here and do something bad. So this family, I definitely think needs prayer. I don't think, I know they do.
Yeah.
No mother should have to bury her kid first. I mean,
No.
I'll say that because I've been there. Not in this situation, but I know how that feels. And no mother should have to bury their kid first. And you know what? No mother should have to see their kid's body on flipping social media. Why? Because you wanted clicks and views to prove that you done it. It boils down to that.
Yeah.
Yes, prime example of what can happen. Respect, people, boundary, ethics, morals. They still matter. Yes, they do.
I can't
Man,
believe how many people are out here that don't seem to have any morals. So
I can't seem to believe that how many channels and posts that I saw, and nobody was saying exactly what I'm saying right now. Regardless of what this man did, he had a family, and that should have never been showed. I'm sorry, it was done wrong, if anything, and it proves that YouTubers should not be searching.
yeah.
Or anybody that thinks they have to film it.
Yeah. I mean, legit searchers do not have a camera on them live. They might have like a body
No.
cam just for proof and evidence, but they sure don't go live with it and they sure don't show it on YouTube.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And you know how hard it is to get crime scene photos, but yet they gonna
Yeah.
be letting somebody's body be showed. So, from what I gathered from our press conference, not only did they allow citizens to go up there and search while they were searching the area, but they allowed them to go in there with cameras. Take that in, digest it however you want to. But I mean, to me, it wasn't done right. But you all remember, it takes zero effort to be a good human being. I am thankful that this whole ordeal is over, but I'll end by saying I think that they are too. I think they really didn't want officers back out there, if I'm being completely honest. But try your morals, people. Think about things before you do them. Because if you wouldn't want it done to you, don't do it to others. Michelle, thank you for coming up here, honey. I love y'all. It takes zero effort to be a good human being. You actually got to strive to be a bad one. And like I said, we will be coming back later on in the week to cover Uncle Ball or the beginning of next week. I don't want to make no promises. I have been sick. But until next time, I love y'all.